Aloha, beautiful people. Welcome to A Better World with Adrienne. I am so excited to be channeling this episode. I'm so excited to be at this threshold of creating a better world together in this potent time and this divine time. And today's episode is very short, it's very concise, and it's coming through me on the heels of honestly a very incredible, life-changing, transformational retreat that I did for myself. So, a lot of you know I led my first retreat in Sedona in May, and it was amazing. It was my New Earth activation retreat, the first one of a series of a whole new portal of my life's work. By the way, if you want to come to the one in Mount Shasta in September, apply through the link in the show notes. Um, And then I went on a retreat for myself, and I just keep getting refined into my destiny, and refined into what it means to build new earth, refined into what it means to create a better world, refined into my mastery, refined into my healing, refined into everything that Creator has for me. And so I'm really excited to share this episode. Before we dive fully into the topic, a couple things going on. If you want to participate in them, if you want to go deeper into this work, I have my Maverick June immersion going on right now. This is for ambitious mystics who want to fully unhook from the matrix and plug in permanently to the new earth creation model and paradigm in June. So it's a 1 month immersion, it's a deep dive, it's high performance, astrology, new earth stewardship, shamanic healing, all the things. The other thing going on, like I just mentioned, is my next retreat in Mount Shasta. It's a Lemurian activation at the fall equinox, which is also a South Node in Virgo eclipse. So it's going to be insanely powerful. Like, the souls already signed up are extremely powerful. It's people from all over the world coming together to be activated on sacred land in 4 days together. And if I didn't already believe in retreats after stewarding my first retreat in Sedona, which was an amazing success, so transformative, me going to my own retreat, I'm like, oh yeah, doubling down on this for sure. Like, it just 100x my belief in what's possible when I was the one totally receiving and not facilitating. So if you want to join us, it's on early bird until the solstice or when spaces fill. So right now there are 11 spots left, and when they fill, they fill. So if you want to be there with us, go to the link in the show notes and apply. Okay, let's get into today's topic. I have an altar set. It is a travel altar because I'm travel Adrienne right now. I've gone full Maverick, full New Earth Vagabond. I have a rose quartz crystal representing unconditional love. And the altar is how we say thank you in advance to spirit. We say thank you in advance. We set the grounding place for miracles because this is a transmission that can change your life when you implement the teachings and the codes and the energy transfer that occurs here. Unconditional love, heart-centered life, not living from the mind, living from the heart. And the other thing on the altar is our 3 deep breaths, connecting our mind, bodies, and spirits. So no matter where you're tuning in from, be here now. Beyond time and space. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. One more inhale through the nose. Feel the divine white light holding you at the top. Keep holding because you can. Feel our minds, bodies, spirits connect, knowing that it's a soul pad of amazing, powerful people listening to this who are here for a greater purpose. Exhale out the mouth. We are connected. The altar has been set. The portal has been set. And I just want to drop in with this message. This episode's called No Two Paths. Two paths, no in between, one choice. Two paths, no maybe, no in between, one choice. So I want to start with a quote. And I just led the opening call of Maverick right before I sat down to record this podcast. And it was the most joyful call. It was the most emotional call. It was the most edgy call that I've led so far. I was just letting it rip through my channel. And one of the things I said was, the church is about the matrix. Maverick is about God. And what is God? God is creator, source, the divine, nature, the unseen web that's designed and excited to support us and give us everything we desire. And I opened the call with a quote. And it's a quote that I found in a Kabbalah book. And it's called Becoming Like God, Kabbalah and Our Ultimate Destiny. And it's written by my teacher's teacher, Michael Berg. And there is a quote in there that's from an ancient Kabbalistic tale and text. And I want to just start it, just read it to you to share the energy and then go into the episode. So here's the quote. During the 9 months we spend in our mother's womb, an angel holds a candle for us, teaching us the wisdom of the universe. We behold everything from the beginning of the world to the end of the world. When we are born, the angel gives us a sharp blow on the upper lip, and it makes us forget everything we have learned. Yet memory traces remain in our souls. The idea of God resonates with us, and it is on this resonance, on these residual memories, that we build our consciousness. And this quote, it was like full body chills. Everybody on the call is tearing up. This is the essence of what it means to build a better world, to become the person you came here to be, to live your destiny. What is destiny? Destiny is a promise that you made to yourself of what you would do, of who you would become. And this is what happens. We enter this free will experiment that is Earth, that is this lifetime. And we've learned so much in our past lives, and we know how the world works. We know the keys of the universe, and then we get born and we are deliberately, purposely separated from these truths so that we can exercise our free will to earn our blessings, to earn the light, to earn the miracles, to become like the creator, to believe in our power. And every single day, all day, we are choosing between two paths. And so in this retreat that I was in, I just keep May 2025 will go down in history as like a very, very key month in my life where literally everything changed. Like in quantum ways. And if you are in my world, in this community, I imagine you are experiencing the same thing if you are doubling down and relentlessly living this stuff. Now, something that I say a lot to my clients, to literally anyone that I'm teaching, guiding, coaching, advising, information without implementation means nothing. So if you receive these podcasts and you don't implement what you receive, then you are not going to be accessing the quantum leaps, the change, all of these things that are happening. May 2025 was absolutely insane. Okay. 5 is the number of change. And it was immense change. I set out on a 2-week trip. I'm going to end up being, it's going to be like a 6-week trip. I'm going to get back to Michigan, and then I'm going to turn around and go on another huge journey, which is very exciting. And it's been, I've been manifesting this for months, and it's been, my ideal lifestyle and way of contributing to the world and, being in my destiny path, being in my dharma for many years. May was insane. And what I learned facilitating my retreat and what I learned receiving this retreat, like, one day I'll share what happened on this retreat. One day I'll share everything that transpired. The biggest thing to know right now is, like, I am absolutely 1,000% different. And I'm also more myself than I've ever been in my whole life. I'm more connected to Creator. I'm more connected to my mission. I have more clarity on my destiny, all of these things. And the thing about New Earth, the thing is, everything is very simple. Things in life are not complicated. The truths in life are not complicated. They're simple. They're not complicated. They are confronting. Because what happens when something is simple? You're on the hook for it. If something's complicated, that's just a fancy way of self-sabotage. That's just a fancy way of, like, oh, I actually, people use complication as a way to distract themselves from doing the simple things that will actually change their life. Like, you really don't need all this complication stuff. You've got to be healthy. You've got to be brave. You've got to have tools that work to keep you in your power. You got to think for yourself. You got to be audacious. Like, you've got to choose the light in a world that chooses lack and scarcity and darkness all day, every day. Like, all of these things are very simple. They're not easy. They're simple. They're simple. They're not complicated. They're confronting, because you're confronted with your power. You're confronted with the choice. And so that's what I'm going to talk about today, is, like, there are 2 paths. Something I think about a lot, and what I really believe in as a coach and a healer and a guide, is, like, making things so potent and so simple. And something that I think about a lot is, it's like the 80-20 rule on crack. And it's this rule from the book. It's called The One Thing. And it is written by the guy who founded Berkshire Hathaway. Just like a total G, a total baller, entrepreneurship, like, genius. I'm blanking on his name. Gary Keller. Gary Keller is his name. And his question is, what's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else is easier or unnecessary? And so I ask myself this question a lot, because I want to be efficient. Doing more does not mean more results. Like, we get to create the most ROI possible on our potent moves. And so, honestly, like, this episode's going to be pretty short compared to my other episodes, especially like my Wednesday episodes. Friday Fire is longer, or is shorter. The Wednesdays are more like a sit down meal, like, let's go deep. This is going to be short, and it's going to be more potent. And I think it's going to be really impactful, because I'm doing less. And so this can clarify your path at every single moment. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else is easier or unnecessary? You delete decisions. You delete extraneous actions. You delete energy leaks. You delete everything that's not moving the needle forward in the way you want. What's the one thing you can do? And so here's the one thing I want you to focus on and be aware of as you move forward in your path this week, this life, this year. Literally everything. There are two paths ahead. There are two paths in life, and there's no in between. A lot of people get weird about binary. They're like, oh, everything in moderation. I'm like, moderation creates mediocrity. Either you're doing it or you're not. That's a very, some people perceive that as extreme. I don't perceive it as extreme. I perceive it as clear. I perceive it as committed. I perceive it as devoted. And you will actually get accurate data for what works and what does not work when you are binary. Okay? There's it's black and white. Yoda himself said, do or do not. There is no try. Anytime you try to do something, you have one foot in, one foot out. This is where dis-ease comes from. This is where burnout comes from. This is where lack of self-trust comes from. You have no spine. Your stake's not in the ground anywhere. You're just a floaty, like, I'm just gonna kind of be everywhere and be nowhere, not stand for anything. It doesn't work. That's another question you can ask yourself. What works and what doesn't work? It's very clarifying. It's very simple. There is always, in every single moment of your life, there are two paths. There's no in between, and it's a one choice. There's a one-time choice you must make in your life. And you must make this choice and relentlessly protect it and follow through on it again and again and again and again and again. This is why I always say, I don't believe in decision fatigue. There's no such thing as decision fatigue. There are fake decisions. Decision fatigue only, quote unquote, decision fatigue only happens when people make fake decisions. They pretend that they made a decision when they actually didn't. And then so every single day, all day, they're negotiating with themselves for what kind of person they're going to be and what actions they're going to take that day. To decide something, decide literally means to cut. You cut off all other options. Okay? Two paths, no in between, one choice. Every single moment of every day, there are two paths available to you. There's a path of lack and scarcity and lies, and a path that leads you to death, closer to death. Or there's a path of abundance, power, joy, miracles, and leads you to life. Every single day, you are either expanding into life or you're contracting into death. You're expanding into light or contracting into darkness. You are choosing love and abundance, or you're choosing fear and lack. You're either choosing the long-term blessing or you're choosing the short-term instant gratification, quick hit. Like, there are only ever two paths and there's no in between. You're not, halfway choosing the light or halfway choosing darkness. It's very, very clear. You're either moving towards darkness and chaos and contracting and moving closer to death, which is separating yourself from the light of creator, separating yourself from life force energy, or you are relentlessly choosing light, joy, abundance, power, expansion, love, truth. There's no in between. And there's a one-time choice. There's a one-time choice that I want you to make today. It's not, here's the thing. When I speak and teach on being binary, people get their panties in a bunch because they're like, they go into a tizzy about, oh, I've got to be perfect. Okay, I have a whole podcast on the idea of perfect. To perfect is actually a verb. It's a way of being, it's a state. To perfect something is to constantly be in motion. It's to be constantly putting things out in the world. It's to be constantly doing it. gaining feedback, and then refining. And so something that I teach is, if you were really a perfectionist, you would never be frozen. You would always be in motion. You would always be taking action and getting feedback, because you would be refining and mastering your craft and getting better and learning every single day, all day, till the day you die. That's what a real perfectionist is. A lot of people use that idea as like, oh, like it's a reason to not take action or put yourself out there, when it's actually the direct opposite when you look at the root of the word. So it's not about being quote unquote perfect and never making mistakes. And, I myself make mistakes all day, every day. I'm a human being. However, I made a choice a long time ago that there's two paths in life. I'm always going to choose the one. I am committed. I am devoted. I made the one-time choice. I'm choosing the light. I'm choosing love. I'm choosing power. I'm choosing abundance. Literally, no matter what, regardless of any external circumstance, regardless of anything that's going on, regardless of what people say, regardless of what's on the news, regardless of what's going on in the world, regardless of what he or she did, or regardless of my emotional state, like I am always going to choose that. Am I going to be tested? Am I going to make mistakes? Am I going to fall into darkness and contraction? Yes. And I'm so committed that I'm going to catch myself as quickly as possible. And it gets quicker and quicker and quicker the better I get at the inner game. And the more I reset my nervous system with breath work. Because to even access this choice point, if you're in chronic fight or flight, you will never access this. You will automatically always be in lack and fear and scarcity. That's what fight or flight puts you into. And that's why the matrix leverages people's nervous systems against them all day, every day, through things like the scroll, the news, propaganda, all the things. Every single day, all day, you have a choice. Are you going to feed the light, or are you going to allow yourself to be swallowed up in the lies and chaos of darkness? Because lack is a lie. Darkness is a lie that separates us from our source. And so this quote with, we're connected to the secrets of the universe in the womb. And then when we enter this lifetime, the angel gives us a sharp blow on the upper lip and makes us forget everything we have learned. Says, yet memory traces remain in our souls, and the idea of God resonates with us. And it is on this resonance, on these residual memories, that we build our consciousness. Your soul remembers. And as things ratchet up in the world for New Earth, like it takes zero discipline to allow yourself to go into scarcity and to groupthink and to mediocrity and to fear. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to double down on who you surround yourself with. You've got to double down on this choice point. There's no in between. You're either on the path of expansion of the light, and you're committed to that literally no matter what, even when you fall off, even if you get swept up into chaos temporarily, you click back in. Or you are allowing, and not even allowing, you're choosing the path where you are literally contracting into death. I don't know why this came through so strong in my channel. Everything I've experienced, especially the past month, and I'm recording this at the beginning of June 2025. It's like, life is so simple. Making a world we're proud of is so simple. Your destiny is so simple. It's living it out that is the part that takes consistent effort and healing and knowledge and skill. I talk about that a lot. I teach this, all my mentorship, I talk about the triple threat. When I was growing up playing basketball, it was like triple threat, I could pass, shoot, or dribble, you know? Triple threat for new earth and your destiny is you've got to have the healing, the knowledge, and the skill. You can't just have one, you can't just have two, it doesn't work. You've got to have all three. That's the triple threat. Then you become a triple threat for new earth, for the light. There's no in between. And it's a one-time choice that you relentlessly protect. So, how does this apply to your life? Have you made this choice? Or have you made a fake decision? Are you allowing yourself to get swept up in scarcity, lack, darkness, lies? Or are you consistently choosing and protecting and demanding and remembering, I am a child of the Creator. I am a divine being. Limitless abundance, limitless love, limitless opportunity, limitless receiving is my birthright. And it's just up to you, me, all of us to reveal it and to earn it and create it. Like, there's really no in between. And it requires a fortitude in a crazy world that there are forces all day, every day, seeking to take you off track and make sure that you forget that you are the light and that anything is possible. And we talked about this a lot in Maverick today. It was like, this is the core essence. So I really invite you, I want you to deepen into this. I want you to journal on this. I want you to just really expand into, what does this mean for you? What are you doing well in this? What are you not doing well in this? How can you level up? How can you get support? How can you be around people who are, how can you clean up your circle? If everybody in your life is constantly caught up in chaos and politics and news and just all of this craziness, you will automatically get pulled into the path of darkness. You've got to choose who you surround yourself with really carefully and up level it. So that's this episode. It's potent, it's short. I want you to reflect on this and decide, make that one-time choice and really just do an audit for yourself. Like, how are you doing? Make categories. It's like, okay, in business, in personal, in relationships, in health, in my spirituality, in all of these things, like really be real with yourself. Where are you on the two paths? Which path are you on? And are you even walking that one on purpose? Everything's a choice. A lot of people do things unconsciously. It's still a choice. So, yeah. It's a powerful time to be alive. It's a powerful time to choose the light and remember who you are, remember who you've always been, and to choose love, abundance, and power unconditionally as a conduit of Creator. I love you so much. I believe in you. I believe in a better world. If you want to go deeper into this work, the Maverick Immersion is perfect for you. If you want to come to Mount Shasta in September, apply through the link in the show notes. We're going deep into all of this and beyond. Go be the change, be the light, make your one-time choice and protect it with precision. And choose the light, because everything else is a lie anyways. Go make a stranger smile, because it charges the whole field. And I will see you next time on A Better World with Adrienne.